Okay, a few videos ago I mentioned that Tracking Disruptor Slasher would probably be the best ship to complete my uh, web tracking disruptor and NOS goals. I tried it, but unfortunately it didn't work. I just need Tech 2 guns and better skills on this character. So I guess brace yourselves for even more Algos PvP because I just decided to complete these air goals with tools that I have available instead of wasting a lot of effort and time trying to train something else. I have been in probably about a dozen engagements since my last update. Unfortunately, none of them were particularly educational or impressive, so I just decided to make this short update and show a couple of these fights without like too much commentary, just to keep you updated on the progress. The first fight is against the Catalyst, and I'm out of position and I'm in the same 10-man Algos that you have seen many times before. Like normally you cannot really engage in this situation because 10-man destroyers just take too much time to establish control, and by the time you establish this control you will probably be dead already because you will just eat max damage from the catalyst at 0. But I know that this catalyst is just a Caldari farmer, so maybe I have some chances, and I decided to engage. Yeah, and as you can see, by the time I'm actually somewhere up to speed, I'm already in half structure and even lower. But thankfully, he doesn't have anything other than void loaded, and the void damage will be 0 once I'm like past 5 kilometers. So here, even though I'm extremely low on tank, he is just too far away from me to do any damage. And I just control the range and I slowly finish him off. I think he dropped like six neutron blasters, stick to neutral blasters, and the rest I think was just some meta modules. So it's kind of nice. The takeaway is just even if you're like a Ratin or something like this, bring like 1000 null or faction antimatter just in case, because otherwise you may end up in like these situations where your damage just stops once your opponent burns away from your optimal. The second fight that I wanted to show is against the Algos. I'm again in the same Tanaman Algos from the previous video, and I'm landing inside the Plex with another Algos in it. So this is another farming feat. But this is part of the infamous 5 Algoses farming pack that usually focus on plexes that allow payouts for 5 participants. But for some reason, this guy was alone from his pack, was kind of separated. Maybe they didn't have like appropriate plex, or they decided to optimize like this. So, but I didn't know it when I engaged. So you can see that I'm kind of hesitating with my afterburner, because against some algoses you want to be close, and against some Algoses you want to kite. And when you use Overprop Destroyer, you can't change your mind. Once you activated your Afterburner, you can't turn anymore. So here I'm just trying to read the situation, what's the best way to approach this fight, and I spent like probably 10 seconds trying to figure out what's the best way to approach this. And I noticed that his velocity is 0 for the entire duration of the initial 10-15 seconds. And I also noticed that he doesn't lock me at all. So like my impression is that it's most likely some kind of farming feat, and most farming Algoses would just be max shield tank in medium slots and max DPS in low slots. Basically like 2 or even 3 DDAs in the low slots. And these have no guns, and these have no tackle. And against these Algoses you want to be close, because you will maximize your damage in the optimal of your guns. And I decide to just close the distance, which was the right decision, by the way, in the end. So here, like, he doesn't tackle me, he doesn't shoot me with guns, and by this point I'm pretty confident that it's actually some kind of farming Algos. And it also looks like from the damage output. You can see that I'm very slowly going through his shields. So in this situation, you just get as close as possible to maximize the damage from the guns, and after that is just a DPS race. Who can win? It's possible to align. Activating Afterburner doesn't do anything, so I just turn it off, because warriors will do maximum damage anyway. And here I just check the discount, and I see that the remaining bodies or the remaining characters, I guess it's the same player, just using 5 Algoses. So he just brings the remaining Algoses to the Plex. And here I'm just chilling aligned in case he will be able to win the DPS race, but he doesn't. And here I kind of want to loot everything, but unfortunately our Algoses land on Plex, in the Plex. And I cannot really stay here because my tank is so low that if the drones reach me, I will just die almost immediately. So I bookmarked this wreck, but unfortunately I couldn't retrieve the modules that he dropped. And he dropped Tech 2 DDA, which I really wanted, but just couldn't loot them. But yeah, it happens. No problem. I think this is everything I wanted to show for now. As far as I remember, by now I'm done with a web challenge, and I'm like halfway through the tracking disruptor challenge or goal, I should say. So once I'm done with the tracking disruptor goal, I will just feed Cup Hungry Frigate, probably Tristan, with a rep, and feed NOS on it, and just start working on the NOS challenge. And hopefully I will get some decent fights from that as well. Until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next videos.